Lee Martinez, I mean, oh my God, like he was an animal. He was an animal. There's only one team on the south coast, Calvin.
How would you rate the current three England goalkeeper? Do you think Jordan Pickford deserves to be the starting goalkeeper for England? Another, I would say, your strength will be saving penalties, especially this season. You have saved quite a few. Because you look rather calm when I compare to other goalkeepers, like you definitely know, Emi Martinez.
Yeah, of course,
he's
in the World Cup.
so good in the mind games. And Even Alex from Central Paul. He said he loves mind games. You are rather calm. Is it your style, and why do you do that?
Yeah, so I mean, again, every keeper has so many different styles, right? So there's no like one way of doing something. But for me, when a penalty gets given, I like to concentrate on actually how I'm going to save it. And when I really think about it with that other person, it's quite an intimate thing, right? Like, and all the pressure is on the striker. So I like to just try and control the situation naturally and just really think about that player, what kind of player they are, whether they side foot the ball, do they strike the ball, and I really focus on my technique and what I can control. So although I'm not like shouting up in his face like Lee Martinez, I mean, oh my God, like he was an animal. He was an animal, but he was so effective, right? I mean, what a World Cup he had. But like for me, that doesn't suit me whatsoever. And I like to focus on how I actually step and dive and focus on that part of it and try and control the situation from more of a intimate point of view. But some keepers go up and they talk to their striker and
trash talk, right?
like maybe I've done that in the past a little bit if I feel like it's right in the moment. But I think you just got to be present in the moment. I think if you look at all my pen saves, I've really focused on my dive. Like all the dives have been like hard across the goal, and for me, I need to focus on that. So I've just been super lucky, going the right way, getting a hand.
And because of a few penalty saves and a lot of great saves, you have got quite a few man of the match already.
Yeah.
So how do you feel when you actually got the prize?
It was very surreal the first time because the season before, we were losing 3-0, 2-0, 4-3, and after the game you're just disappointed. But the first time was, Freddie, you need to go get a picture. I was like, okay. And last season, I know that teams were laughing at me because we were losing games and I was making some saves, but I was letting in 4 or 5 goals. So, and then this season you get man of the match, you get a bit of recognition, which was a bit weird at first. But then when I got home, I let my family know, I let my partner know, and then you realise, that's a sense of achievement, and it definitely does give you a spring in your step. No doubt about it. It's lovely to be recognised. When we get man of the match, usually it means that we've won. So that's the biggest thing for me. Is getting man of the match means that the team has got a good result, and that's ultimately all I care about is football club doing well. So
more about the team.
Exactly. Yeah.
Right? Let's talk about outside of the pitch.
Yeah.
Okay. So I know you're from the South Coast, so you're training with Portsmouth and Southampton as well.
Yeah.
Were you a fan of the Saints, the Pompey, or the Cherries?
There's only one team on the South Coast, Calvin.
Which one?
And that's Southampton, the Mighty Saints.
Oh, nice.
A big Southampton fan, massive. Our big rivals are Portsmouth, so no, definitely not Pompey. And now obviously Bournemouth have been in the Premier League for years, so they've become like a little mini rivalry. But Southampton through and through. Growing up watching Matt Le Tissier, Anthony Niemi, who I spoke to before, and that great team that got promoted back to the Premier League with Kelvin Davis and Fonte and Lambert and Lallana. Supported them all my life. well, actually, not all my life. At the start, I loved Newcastle because of Alan Shearer. But again, my older siblings, like, no, you support Southampton. So I was like, oh, okay. Yeah. So yeah, Southampton through and through.
Oh, so sorry, I have to back to one question about when you were playing, because you said you have trained with Portsmouth. How was that feeling as a Southampton?
I honestly, I had to put a Portsmouth shirt on every day, and that was hard. And there's no photographic evidence of that either, because I would have some friends that would probably really not speak to me about that, but I was only training with them, so I wasn't. There was like a development game that I played in, where you actually had the proper kit on. I was like, this is weird. This is so weird. And they trained in Southampton, so like you had Eastleigh's ground. So I literally left Eastleigh. The ground was there, and then opposite, Portsmouth were training. But it was very surreal, very surreal. So I wish it was a Southampton shirt, but no.
As you're from England,
yeah.
How would you rate the current three England goalkeepers? Jordan Pickford, Nick Pope, and Aaron Ramsdale.
Yeah. I think we're really blessed with amazing keepers now, and I think the keepers have really benefited from a lot of the European keepers coming into the Premier League, because obviously the British keepers are notorious for stand up, get set, catching the ball and things like that, and then you've had the Pepe Reinas come in that we spoke about earlier, the Peter Cechs, and they come and doing the block save and doing things we haven't seen. And I think now, especially like a Ramsdale and a Pickford, they're kind of they've really brought all of those things in together, kind of moulded. So you've still got the English principles of stand, save. I think we're the best at that. And then you've got Ramsdale particularly. He can come out and block. He can come up, stand and react. Pope's probably more traditional, isn't he? How he plays, but that suits his stature. So yeah, we're very lucky. I mean, Pickford's not put a foot wrong for England, right? I mean, he's having a tough season at Everton, but that's because Everton are struggling as a team. So it's hard to judge him on that. But Gareth picks him because he trusts him, right? So, but Ramsdale's a really good example of 2 years ago at Sheffield, getting completely no protection whatsoever. And then when Arsenal signed him, everyone was like, what's Arsenal doing signing this guy? Just got relegated from Bournemouth, relegated from Sheffield. But actually you put him in a good team and his qualities can come through, right? And I think it was a little bit like me last year, right? Last year was 5-0, 3-0, and then this year we're a better team. So actually the good things you do come out more within the team. So as a keeper, how important your team is, right? So I'm really happy for Ramsdale because I think that was a sliding doors moment in his career. If he would have stayed at Sheffield, who knows, he could have just been a championship goalie, but he got his chance at Arsenal and he took his chance, and that was the main thing. So yeah, I'm super confident in, and even Henderson, right? Look at Henderson, his athleticism and his mentality is awesome. So it's a good time, really.
So Freddie, do you think Jordan Pickford deserves to be the starting goalkeeper for England?
Yeah, I do actually. In short, I think despite the young keepers pushing him, I think that's been really healthy competition. But he's not put a foot wrong, and I think he's. I don't know this, but I think he looks like he's gone and worked on the mental side of his game a lot. But international football does suit him because he plays out from the back, he's sweeping keeper, and he's made some important saves, some really big key saves. So for me, he's the number one. He's Gareth's man. But I think if Ramsdale and Pope keep going, how do you split the games? It's good problems. I think after Seaman, obviously we had Hart. Hart was great. We had that period of not having a clear number one, whereas now we got all three of those keepers you could throw in, and I think they do really well. So yeah, I think Pickford's got the shirt, and I don't see that changing personally. football's a funny thing.
You never know what's happening.
You don't know what's around the corner, right? So,
unlike many other players, you are not active or not even on any social media.
No.
Why?
No real particular reason. I was on there, and I sort of come off there like 2017. I was using it quite a lot, and it was on my phone quite a lot. So I just like deleted the app, and then I noticed that actually I was far more productive without it, to be honest with you. Look, I think social media is an amazing platform and a great place. And I might go back on there because now everyone's sending me stuff, and I'm like, where did you see this? And there's some really nice stuff in there, and it's lovely, and it's lovely to get recognised. But for me, personal life is personal life. I'm on LinkedIn. I'm quite active on LinkedIn for the business and stuff like that. But who knows? I might go back on there. Let's see. But no, obviously, someone showed me your site, and it looks amazing. I think that's such good information for young goalkeepers. I feel for keepers in Hong Kong because, when I was growing up, the big thing about being a keeper was you could get muddy. You could dive around, and you could, come home covered in mud, and the young keepers here don't have that. And I always feel quite sorry for them because you're training on this stuff, which is good. Like it is good for training, but you don't have that. That's how you fall in love with goalies, right?
Different experience.
Yeah, you get muddy, and you dive around, and so I think all this information you're given is so good for the community. So keep it going, man.
The GK Union,
Where's my shirt?
Yeah,
come on.
We're giving you that.
Oh yeah, okay, awesome. That's good.
We know you're a player for Hong Kong Football Club.
Yep.
And then you're also a CEO. And then you're an investment manager. And also a volunteer for some people who need as well. You're like a master of time management, I have to say. Like, how do you arrange your schedule to fit in everything? Like, how often do you train with Hong Kong Football Club, and what is your daily or weekly routine?
Sometimes it's really tough to manage. I think that's the great thing about Hong Kong, where it's so convenient, and you can move around. Like London's such a massive city, so to get one side to another is so difficult. Whereas, after this, I can go get changed, get back in my office, do some meetings. But it is hard. A lot of my work is meeting people, taking them out to have like late nights, and then you're up early for training, or we train late here, and we've got a meeting at 8:30, 9, and you've got to wear two hats. You've got to try and be the professional footballer, and then come in and earn your living, right? The business is the main focus. And then I'm getting married this year as well. So obviously, thank you. So then you've got to organise all of that. But honestly, I love what I do. That is the biggest thing for me, is that if I didn't love it, I would drop it. I would drop the football, or I'd drop commitments at work. But I honestly love every single minute of everything I do with my work and playing here. You get the membership here. You're such a great community of people here. So it is tough. I can tell you now, it is. Days are long. Like, me and my partner in the week, we don't see each other. Like, literally, we are passing ships in the night, and then weekends I play football. So it's pretty fast paced, but like I said, I love it, and I think that's the biggest thing. You've got to enjoy it.
Just a little secret. Does your partner complains about?
Never. No, not at all. She's good as gold. She's fine. No, but like you gotta compromise, right? And I think she completely understands and is aligned with my values. I'm trying to grow my business, and I'm finally playing professional level in Hong Kong. Those things that are awesome, that we're long term going to look back on and be so happy about. So if I was going out just drinking and partying until 10, she might not be too happy about that. And she's also got her career and everything. So you need that between. That'd be my advice: is get your team on and off the pitch. You need a good team, right?
True, that's very true.